So one of the things y'all said today that stuck out to me is that it was just as hard to speak today as it was at that first bond hearing. Just kind of tell us about how this was for you today to stand up and see her on the screen.
Yeah, it felt just as hard as it was the first time, maybe even harder because I was still in complete shock at that moment on the first hearing. This was a little more difficult with having people around me that I love, even though that sounds like it would be supportive. But knowing how much this has affected our entire family, standing up there and just talking about Sam and what this has done.
Were you pleased with the judge's decision on bond?
I am so happy I could run and scream, and I'm crying happy tears. I'm very happy, very happy.
And why?
I'm happy because I feel like it's been 3 months and the time hasn't been served, and she is a risk of flight and she is a danger to society, and the judge felt that.
What was that like for you guys to hear from Omaroski's family?
I think we were prepared, and I'm sure if the situation was turned around and it was one of our family members, because people can become addicted to substances, we all know that. However, if she's been incarcerated for 3 months, she's probably very clean now. And they do have addictions programs in the jails. So she can access that if that's really what she wants. And I don't think that 3 months spending time in jail, 3 months is nothing. I mean, it seems like yesterday for us. And like I was saying in there, we are tore up. I mean, our family is tore up. Eric's family is tore up. Our families are in disaccord. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Like we're not together on one page anymore. It's just created such havoc in everybody's life. And why should she get out and just go about her merry way, you know? And I definitely don't think she should go to Jersey or anywhere around here. I think she should stay in the community where it happened and feel it like I do every time I come down here. I was here last week. Every golf cart I see. I went over to the marina and I turned around and there was the wedding venue. And on the way home in the car, I just all of a sudden broke down and had this major anxiety attack. I didn't know why, because I see those things and I don't say anything, and it's hurtful. And she should have to see them too.
Do you think that the dollar amount for the surety bond set was high enough?
I'll be honest with you, I was so happy of what he said before that I didn't pay attention to the amount.
It was $150,000.
And I feel like that it kind of pushes us to get this going. And I think that was a very fair outcome. I want to address one more thing here.
Yes.
Y'all don't have to ask me, but honestly, Samantha's name is Samantha Miller. She got married. She died on her wedding night. I'm sorry, but that is her legal name, and I would appreciate all the media to use her name out of respect for her family. It's no disrespect to the Hutchinsons. I'm, glad that they had a ceremony, but when we're talking stories and news stories and legal things, her name needs to be her name. And she didn't make it to the Social Security office, so please respect us and Sam and call her what her name is in your stories. Anything else?
One question, because this didn't necessarily come up in the hearing, and we haven't asked you this for a little while now, but can you tell us a little bit about Samantha?
You want to say something? You want me to?
Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you how Samantha came into this world. And I won't make you 34 years listening, but I was a single mom with this one, divorced. And, we make some bad decisions sometimes, but I'd say, you know what? That decision was the best decision of my life. The best one-night stand ever, and I am not ashamed, because that girl rocked this world, okay? She was nothing but Oh,
Take a breath.
here I go. Love and care. And she literally was like born an angel. She did nothing but want to make people feel good. She couldn't stand when she thought anybody, even a stranger, felt bad, felt sad. It was her job to make them feel better. You know, she's at Bojangles giving the homeless guy biscuits when she's like 7 years old. You know, like that's just who she was. And I want people to know that she was a bride for 3 hours or 4 hours, however the amount was, but she has 34 years of who Sam was. And Sam was an awesome, free spirit, beautiful person inside, and that's what I want people to talk about. I understand the media part about, you know, it's a story. People love hearing, it makes it such a bigger tragedy because she was a bride killed. She was Samantha Miller, and believe it or not, if you knew Samantha Miller, that's a bigger deal of her being gone in everybody's life. I mean, you wouldn't believe at home the messages I get on Messenger from maybe her friends that haven't met me or whatever. I mean, they're like, Lisa, you have an army behind you. She has so many friends and people are so loyal to her. That's who she was. And we're also working on planning a service for her in the near future. We kind of wanted to get through, celebration of her life. We're wanting to get through this step for sure. And then maybe have a little bit of time to breathe and be in the right frame of mind to plan that celebration for Sam.
What kind of concerns will you have if Ms. Komorowski does make that?
I don't think we're there yet. I think that this is just such a weight lifted off of our shoulders that we don't want to think about that at this point. We got, I think, what we hoped today, and we're grateful for that. And as Mom said, we got to just focus on us for a little bit because we haven't been able to do that.
What do you guys, I'm sorry.
Sure.
What do you guys think of the Folly community stepping up and taking you guys as their own?
I love the Folly community. I've never been more supported. I was just here last week, and everybody I'd known, everybody I'd met came out, and they're still supportive. It's great. I love coming down here just for that. I feel so loved in that community. And the other thing with the paddle out that happened, like Sam and Eric didn't know one surfer. So for them to put that together was amazing. So yeah, it was beautiful.